Welcome back to Methodcast, the cozy corner where we talk honestly about the journeys we take to free ourselves from the habits that no longer serve us. Today we're going deep into a pattern that many find themselves stuck in, but few speak openly about: the consequences of porn use and the promise of breaking free. Let's start with a question. Have you ever chased something that always seemed just out of reach? That's what it's like for many who get caught up in pornography. At first, it might seem harmless, even exciting, just a bit of curiosity. But over time, something starts to shift. Users report that the joy they used to find in everyday things begins to fade. Food doesn't taste as good, music doesn't hit the same. Intimacy with a real partner starts to feel distant, even irrelevant. One of the biggest impacts of porn isn't just what it shows, it's what it slowly steals. It hijacks the brain's reward system. Over time, the brain becomes less responsive to natural sources of pleasure and more wired to seek out synthetic highs. The colors of real life begin to dull, not because life has changed, but because the internal calibration of pleasure has shifted. This isn't a dramatic crash, it's a subtle erosion, and that's part of the trap. See, porn doesn't offer what it promises. It presents the illusion of satisfaction, of escape, of being wanted or powerful. But it always ends in the same place, a kind of emptiness, a gnawing restlessness. That feeling of, is this all? Users find themselves pulled back not because they're fulfilled, but because they weren't. It's the digital equivalent of being parched and drinking salt water. There's a word we keep hearing: hijacked, and it's apt. The user isn't just indulging in a bad habit, they're caught in a system engineered for dependency. Internet pornography is uniquely designed to keep users hooked. The endless scroll, the algorithmic suggestions, the intensity of novelty. It's not about seeing something beautiful or erotic. It's about triggering a spike, then another and another. The mind becomes conditioned not for satisfaction, but for seeking. And what are they really seeking? That's where the easy peasy method offers a profound insight. Many people turn to porn not for pleasure, but to escape discomfort, boredom, loneliness, anxiety, a sense of not being enough. The fantasy becomes a shield against the feeling that there's something wrong inside. The scenes on the screen become a mirror of the user's imagined self-worth. But when the screen goes dark, that self returns, still aching. What's insidious is that users start to internalize this pattern. They begin to believe that they need porn to feel okay, that it's their release, their coping mechanism. And so, even as it harms them, they're ruining relationships, killing motivation, dulling their spirit, they keep going back. Not because they want to, but because they don't know what life would feel like without it. Let's talk about the emotional cost. Shame is a frequent companion. Users describe the double life: outwardly functional, but privately dependent. There's secrecy, isolation, a sense of being less than. They avoid eye contact, lose confidence, and slowly disconnect from their values. Some stop dreaming big altogether, believing they don't deserve more. And the worst part, many think this is just how they are. They mistake the addiction's effects for their identity. I'm lazy. I'm not good at relationships. I'm always distracted. But those aren't truths, they're symptoms. This is where the light comes in. The message isn't doom and shame, it's that healing is possible. Change is possible. The easy peasy method doesn't rely on grit, willpower, or shaming people into quitting. It helps users see through the illusion. It says, you're not giving anything up, you're escaping a trap. One powerful idea from the method is that cravings don't come from real desire. They come from withdrawal discomfort. And here's the twist. The discomfort is caused by the last time you gave in. Once users really understand that, everything changes. It's like realizing the door was never locked, that the freedom was there all along, just obscured by lies. When people start this journey, they often describe it as waking up. Their senses begin to return. They start noticing things again. The way sunlight hits the trees, how laughter feels, the taste of coffee in the morning. They feel more present, less foggy. Some reconnect with partners in deeper ways than before. Others finally have the energy and clarity to pursue long-forgotten goals. And here's another truth: the urges don't last forever. They're like waves. When you stop fueling them, they get weaker. What once felt like an unshakable need becomes a passing thought. The fantasy loses its grip. Reality starts to feel more rewarding again. But maybe the most beautiful change is internal. Users stop feeling like slaves to something external. They stop bargaining with themselves. Just this once, I'll quit tomorrow, I deserve this. They become more honest, more whole. They learn to face their discomfort, not run from it. And in that, they find peace. Of course, the journey isn't perfect. There are moments of doubt, times when the old voice whispers, just a peek. But those who keep going find that the voice gets quieter. The space between urges gets longer. The identity shifts from someone struggling to someone free. Let me close with this. If you're listening right now and something in this resonates, know this. You are not broken. You are not weak. You are caught in something that was designed to trap you. But there is a way out. And it doesn't involve shame, deprivation, or battling your urges with clenched fists. It involves seeing clearly, stepping back, and reclaiming your mind. The Easy Peasy book is not just a guide. It's a shift in perspective. It's helped thousands understand that they were never the problem. The real problem was the illusion. And once that illusion dissolves, freedom rushes in. So if you've been wondering if there's a way out, yes, there is. If you've been waiting for a sign, consider this it. Pick up the book. Read it slowly. Let it work on you. And maybe, just maybe, this time will be the last time. Thanks for joining us on this episode of Methodcast. Wherever you are on your journey, we're with you. And freedom, it's closer than you think.